Hi everyone, I'm Eunice. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In order of my graduation, I decided to spoil myself a little bit. And there's no other way to do that than to go to a bookstore and purchase notebooks. So I'm gonna show you my recent purchase. And as I mentioned in my newbie tag, that I wanted to shine a light on African authors, known and unknown. And I had a list of authors that I was looking for. Although I had a hard time trying to find those authors, they didn't have most of them, but I was also able to find some authors, some African authors that I had them on my list. So a win is a win. So let's do it. First thing first, we have The Girl with the Louding, is it? Yeah, The Girl with the Louding Voice by DARÉ. DARÉ is a Nigerian author, so I don't know anything about her. I have no idea about her writing style, whatever. This is my first book by her, and I think I came across this book on BookTok. I think I saw this book on BookTok. I usually like to go with a book blindly, just to go blindly and discover myself what is it really about. So occasionally I'll read the synopsis in the back or inside, or trying to get an idea what it's really about, what are they talking about. But most of the time it's either I'm attracted by the cover or I'm attracted by the title, and then I'll just decide to make a purchase. And especially the first time I saw this book on BookTok, I was attracted by the title, The Girl with the Louding Voice, and I saw the name, it was an African author, and I was directly intrigued and I wanted to read about it. So I'll try really not to read the synopsis, because I really want to go bluntly into it and just hopefully I'll get to like the story. Yeah, so DARÉ is a Nigerian author, and this is my first book by her. So we'll see if I get to like her. Then I have His Only Wife by ADZO, MEDIE. She's a Ghanaian author. I've never heard of her except for I heard of this book, so it's my first time with her as well. I've never read anything by her, and I saw this book on, I think it was on BookTok. Yes, I saw it on BookTok. I think I was attracted by the cover. I'm just one of those person. I read a lot of books, but most of the time I judge books by their covers. Either I'm attracted to the cover or either I'm attracted by the title. So I was attracted by the cover, and I thought it was interesting. It was colorful, so I was like, okay, His Only Wife. I want to read it. So yeah, hopefully I'll get to like the story. Yeah. And then third, I have Homegoing by YAA GYASI. YAA GYASI is a Ghanaian author as well. First time reading anything by her. This will be my first book by YAA GYASI. I saw this book on BookTok as well. And the funny thing is, those three books I saw them on BookTok, and the person talked, I mean, she was not even talking about it. She was showing books that she would always recommend. It was just like there was a video, and then there was a tag, books that I always recommended, and she was showing the books. So I had no idea about what it's really about. I saw the title, I saw the cover, I was intrigued by the cover and the title, and also because she was an African author, I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. So I'm going blindly with this book as well. I'm gonna get this to discover it, and hopefully I'll get to like the story. And then I have purchased This Close to Okay by LEESA Cross-Smith. She's not an African author, she's an American author. But this is the first book that I saw right after I got inside the bookstore. It's just one of those cases where you feel like the book is calling you. So that's the one. I tried to read the synopsis in the back. It's talking about, I'm just gonna try to read it for you guys. On a rainy October night in Kentucky, recently divorced therapist Tally Clark is on her way home from work when she spots a man precariously standing at the edge of a bridge. Without a second thought, Tali pulls over and jumps out of the car into the pouring rain. She convinces the man, Emmett, to join her for a cup of coffee, and he eventually agrees to come back to her house. Over the course of the emotionally charged weekend that follows, Tali makes it her mission to provide a safe space for Emmett. Though she hesitates to tell him her day job, as they inch closer to the truth of what brought him to the bridge edge, as well as the hard truth she's been grappling with since her marriage ended. So it's basically the story of a therapist who saw someone who was about to jump over a bridge and decided to provide a safe space for them without actually telling the person that she's a therapist. Yeah, she's a therapist who recently got divorced. I thought it was an interesting story. I really wanted to know about it. So I've never seen this book anywhere else, not even on Bookstagram, not on TikTok. So yeah, as I say, it's just a case of where you feel like the book is calling you, because it was the first book that I laid my eyes on when I got into the store. And the cover is beautiful. I first saw it, the hardcover, but I just decided to go with the paperback. So hopefully I get to like the whole story. And last but not least, we have The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. I hope I'm saying it right. The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. This book was a recommendation from a dude who reads. I'm gonna put his information in the description box. Check him out. Good content, especially if you're interested into classics, philosophical books. Just check him out. And I'm glad I found his channel. So he was talking about this book. I can't remember what video was it. Was it about the 10 recommendations or books that he will always recommend? I can't remember, but he's the one who recommended this book, and instantly, I think the title was a hook for me, The Grapes of Wrath. I was like, okay. And apparently, it looks like this book is a classic. The author is no longer alive, but he won the Nobel Prize of Literature in 1962. He's an American author, and apparently this book looks like it's a classic. So yeah, I'm excited to read it and share my thoughts with you. I'm just gonna try to read the synopsis a little bit. Although it follows the movement of thousands of men and women and the transformation of an entire nation, The Grapes of Wrath is also the story of one Oklahoma farm family, the Jodes, who are driven off their homestead and forced to travel west to the promised land of California. I think that's all I need to know about this book. So I'll try to go semi-blindly about it, but I enjoy reading classics as well. So I'm gonna give it a try, and if I like it, maybe I'll read more books by John Steinbeck. So yeah. So these were the 5 books that I purchased in order to celebrate my graduation. I hope I'll get to read them soon and share my thoughts with you. And if you ever read any of the books that I presented, let me know in the comment section and let's discuss about it. And feel free to make any recommendation by any African authors, or not just African authors, any other authors. It can be your favorite author, or maybe you heard about an author, you just want to know maybe what I would think about their book. Just let me know. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.